Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm gonna give you 10 masculine summer fragrances designer edition. I know it's a little bit later in the season for it, but I just thought about this video yesterday, all right? This video will not be in any numerical order, and a lot of these are gonna be cheapies. No surprise, because that's what a lot of my collection is. First fragrance is a little bit more of a classical fragrance. I don't mean age, because this one actually came out in 2011, but classical in the feel of it, the smell. Azzaro Puton. This does have a little bit of an old school feel, but with a modern touch. So you're gonna get geranium, there's gonna be lavender, lemon, there is musk, patchouli, and so on. This is just a very lemony type of scent. So there is gonna be the lemon, there is grapefruit, and there's one other citrus out there, which I'm not exactly sure, but for me, it's more lemon than anything. So lemon, geranium, and lavender kind of give it that old school touch, but you are gonna get some of the wood, so like the sandalwood, the vetiver, and the patchouli with a musky base. Great for the spring, great for the summertime. It's a very versatile fragrance for a mature gentleman out there. Fragrance number 2, let's stick with the brand of Azzaro, and that is going to be Chrome, 1996 release. So this will be the oldest one in this video. And I find that this is a masculine scent because it is a clean, fresh scent, but it does have that metallic feel. So Chrome. So some people are just not gonna like this fragrance, and the person that comes to mind is Robes. Oh wait, I know that Robes hates this one, but I personally really do enjoy it, and it does remind me of a simpler time when I was younger, right? This fragrance does have a lot of lemon and bergamot. There's gonna be some coriander, there's gonna be like neroli, some moss, a little bit of rosemary, cedar, sandalwood, and so on. What I feel like this fragrance is, it's very citrusy, very fresh, very aromatic with that metallic feel, a little bit of like a spicy edge from that coriander, and most certainly a very, like, I don't want to say, well, really I shouldn't say very. There is a woody base, but I feel like there's a lot of musk to it. Like it's more musky than woody is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it really does bring back a simpler time. Any age can rock this, a teenager all the way to an old grandfather, but because that this is such an older fragrance, it might just resonate more so with guys my age. Scent number 3 is going to be Versace Man Eau Fraiche. This is a very clean, fresh fragrance with a lot of citrus. There is going to be some star fruit and most certainly musk. This is a very musky scent, but a clean musk. There is a little bit of cedar, a little bit of sycamore. There's apparently some amber, which, listen, in all honesty, I don't know if that is factual or not, but that's what Fragrantica is stating. But for me, what this fragrance really is a lot of citrus. You're gonna get that unusual star fruit, a lot of musk, and there is gonna be a little bit of like a green herbal undertone. So there is gonna be sage and tarragon. But for me, more citrusy, fresh, and a little sour on my skin. Like, I like that sour component. It's not really off-putting, but when I smelled this one, like over 10 years ago, I ended up selling my bottle to a friend who I recently found out, maybe a month ago, passed away. I think it was like 55, Kwesi. So everybody loved him because he had such a huge heart, and yeah, his death was very shocking to a lot of people, but I ended up selling my bottle to him, and he ended up giving it to his son years ago. But yeah, I guess, man, you know, none of this is planned. This is all just coming to me, right? But yeah, it's this scent does remind me of him now. Yeah, I miss that guy. Loudmouth, but he had a huge heart. So anyways. However, when it's really hot, this fragrance will just radiate off your skin. It's more on the casual end, but you can actually wear this to work, no problem. Number 4, a lot of people are gonna say, what? Wait a minute. Well, to me, it really does have a bit of a manly edge, and that's gonna be Kenneth Cole Vintage Black. You wouldn't really think, right? But there is a very sparkling accord in this one here, and that's gonna be the tequila. There is going to be lime, so the lime and grapefruit, it's more lime than anything, and the lime, the tequila, the lavender, and that woody nuance. Those notes together really do make this a masculine fragrance. Is it really like a suit and tie type of fragrance? Not really. If it's more so for the work environment, yeah, I think that this is more of a casual kind of scent. Just that sparkling tequila, the lavender, the citrus, again, more lime, woods, and there's gonna be a little bit of green undertones to it. I don't know if it's sage, if it's thyme or anything, but the tequila in this does add that sparkling effervescent touch, and the lime. So the lime, the tequila, fantastic. That for me is the best part of this scent. Number 5 is going to be Armani's Acqua di Gio Profondo. Yes, it's just a little travel spray, but at least it's an official travel spray, right? I really enjoy a lot of these fragrances here, but at this point, you're spending more for the name than anything. I love Acqua di Gio. I recently did a video, but for me, they're just more about the name than the quality. Yeah, there's quality to it, but it's the name. Because of Acqua di Gio and Armani Code, those have made, like, those kind of brought this brand to the next level in popularity, in my opinion. But this is a great blue fragrance. So you're gonna get your citruses. There's a lot of marine notes. The marine notes do give it that aquatic feel, but that salty edge. There's gonna be lavender, rosemary, cypress. There's gonna be mineral notes, whatever that is, but as well musk. So for the most part, it's a very blue fragrance with the lavender and these salty aquatics. You're gonna get the citrus and that musky nuance towards the base. That's why I feel that this is a masculine fragrance. This is an ageless fragrance, like teenager all the way to a grandfather could rock this. This for me will do wonders in the high heat, very much like this one here, but it's just more casual. You can wear it to work, but for me, this is more of a feel-good, manly type of scent. Number 6, like I have to do it with one hand because the bottle's in the other. But I would say that this is one of the more gentlemanly ones from this list. I don't want to say it's uber masculine, but it's more of a traditional type of masculine. And that is going to be Rosas, not Rojas, Rosas Mustache Original 1949. I say that because, wow, did someone ever criticize me? Oh, you English speakers. So it's Rosas because it is a French name, right? I always said Rojas, my mistake. But this does have a bit of an old school feel. I believe now that they have made this like the original. The original did come out in 1949, but I think that they made this one here a modern take of that one there, because this does have a bit of an old school touch. Now you are going to get the lemon. The lemon is very prominent. There's going to be musk, there's lavender, there's moss. So the moss does add that old school touch, and there's going to be a little bit of violet to add a little bit of a powdery undertone and some patchouli. So overall, a little old school but modern. I love this one. This was a blind buy for me, and one of the best blind buys that I did last year. I believe I bought it last year. It might have been earlier this year. I don't know. But for me, this is great. Like business casual, sense of style, but all the way to a tuxedo, daytime semi-formal event. So if you're getting married, this is a great scent for that. Long lasting, I would say 6 hours. And I gotta state, I get it from the atomizer, not so much on my skin. Chad Secret said he gets kind of like a lemon candy sort of vibe. I get it from here, just not on my skin. But overall, this is just a great scent for a manly, gentleman kind of guy who has some traditional values. And what I mean by old school manly is that this has, like, I would say, back in the day, the gentlemen back there were both masculine and more gentlemanlike than they are today. I find that a lot of the manly guys are kind of like the manosphere guys, like the Andrew Tates, the Fresh and Fits, the other guys out there that are very boisterous and all about like the macho. They don't really have that gentlemanly component. No, they're all talk and bullshit. Like, trust me, I went down some of these rabbit holes years ago, and I could sense a salesman, okay? So no offense to anybody who watches that. It's just coming from personal experience. But Back then, they wore suit and ties to church on the weekends, going to family functions. You don't really see that nowadays. You truly don't. And that's what I mean by traditional masculine, right here. Number 7, I would say that this is going to be the sexiest one in this list, and that's going to be Dunhill Icon Racing Blue. This is going to be a smaller bottle. I think this is just a 30 ml, but this is all I need. This is sexy because it has warm quality. So it's got like cardamom and coriander. It also has a bit of an ambery touch, but amber is not a listed note. I feel like I get it because this is the summer version of D&G The One, whether it's EDT or EDP. This is just a warm weather version than that one there. Sexy but classy. But with this one here, you are gonna get lime. There's going to be the 2 spices that I listed, so coriander and cardamom. There is going to be the driftwood. There's going to be ambergris and some sea salt to this one here. So there is that salty aquatic aspect, and I really love it. You could dress this one casually all the way to a suit and tie, daytime, nighttime. Because it does have that The One vibe, I feel like this would be a great date fragrance, a lounge fragrance, a going out. Not really a club, but like more of a lounge and date. Number 8 is going to be another old school type of scent with a modern touch. Mont Blanc Explorer Platinum. This is a little old school like these two here. So like the Rosas and the Azzaro Puton Low. But what makes this one old school is going to be the clary sage. The clary sage and the violet leaves. This is a little herbal. It is also quite aromatic. There is a slight powdery undertone. I don't know where that's coming from really, in all honesty. But the base itself is very woody with that cedar wood. Overall, just underrated. Underrated. I find that this would be a great versatile fragrance for an older gentleman out there. But someone who is like in their 20s, like early 20s, could rock this. If they have a little bit of a, like kind of like this, a little bit more traditional, a little bit more old school, this might resonate more with your values, your personality, you know, that type of thing. But I think that this is a great suit and tie type of scent, like work and that sort of atmosphere. But overall, yeah, very underrated and just gently but masculine. Fragrance number 9 is a great older fragrance that came out in 2001, and that's going to be Bulgari's BVV Puton. This is a great scent for, I don't want to say like an old school gentleman, but this might resonate a little bit more with the older guy out there because it is an older scent and there is some mature qualities to it. So some of the notes for this one here are going to be like cardamom and ginger. Very prominent. You're going to get tobacco blossom. There's some green leaves, some teak wood. I believe sandalwood or some sort of other wood out there. For the most part, it's very warm, spicy, and woody. Yet I kind of feel like there is a little bit of lavender or some sort of citrus in here to really freshen it up. Overall, I think it's a great scent. It's a great everyday scent for a more mature man out there. So I'm saying age this time, but if you're a young guy, again, wear what you want at the end of the day. But I'm sure that for some of the old cats out there, some of the older dinosaurs, they're still rocking this as their signature scent. It's actually quite versatile, so dressing it down all the way to a suit and tie. And last but not least, Dolce & Gabbana Le Fou 21. This came out in 2011, and this entire line, I think it's called the Anthropology line, is just been axed. You could still get some of these. Like this one here, I think it's more easily available than like the, what is it, Le Bateleur, which is fantastic. I wish I had that one. I did, sold it, stupid. And what's that other one? I think it's 6. It's supposed to smell like Hugo Boss. Well, this one here, I feel is a great spring fragrance during the daytime and night, but this might do better at nighttime because there are heavier notes such as like coriander, there's going to be cardamom, there is going to be cognac, so the cognac does add that boozy touch. There is going to be fern, a little bit of sandalwood, there's a nice short-lived bergamot in the opening and a little bit of violet in the opening as well to add a little bit of a powdery undertone. This for me, wow, oh my lord. It's just, it smells, this smells sexy. It's kind of in some ways like this one. This is boozy, this is not, but there is some sex appeal to it, making this a great like date fragrance, not club, but dates, lounge, and this is a good office fragrance. It's not overly sexy, okay? No. But it's a great office fragrance as well. Summer night, not when, like if it's a cooler summer day, sure, but summer night when it's cooler, this beautiful springtime day or night, look into this one if you haven't done so. This lineup is actually quite underrated. And guys, that is 10 mainly macho masculine summer fragrances for 2024. Again, I know it's a little bit late in the season, but I just thought of this video the other day. So guys, any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. If you want to see years prior of mainly fragrances, I don't know if I did a summer one. I most certainly did a fall or winter one for sure. Check out right here, and if you like this type of video, please leave me one of these. I thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.